Hi guys, today I've decided to film a video which is going to be 2019 in review and 2020 goals for 2020. They're not exactly great goals, but still. So I think it's worth mentioning that in 2019 I didn't really film anything. I don't think at all, apart from the end when I decided to come back to BookTube. But before then I wasn't filming anything. I was still reading. I wasn't reading anywhere near as much as I had been reading the previous years somehow. I don't know why. I think I might have fallen into a reading slump. And then towards the end of the year, I also felt kind of depressed. So I think I'm out of that state now. I'm back to normal, back to being, I think, happy with myself, my life in general. Just, it doesn't matter. So yeah, let's start with my 2019 in review. I wasn't using Goodreads, and I'm not sure if I want to use it in 2020, to be honest, but still. So altogether in 2019 I read 41 books, which is, like I said, not a huge amount. Previous years I was able to read more than 50 books. But yeah, and out of those 41, 7 books were audiobooks. So if I wasn't listening to audiobooks, that would have been an even smaller amount. And also another thing that happened in 2019, around the middle of the year, I decided that I'm not enjoying audiobooks. So I unsubscribed from Audible and I'm not listening to any audiobooks anymore. So it's just not my kind of thing. It doesn't work for me anymore. So yeah. So let's go with star ratings, even though I wasn't using Goodreads, but like I mentioned in a few videos before, I prefer to rate my books, even though recently I've been thinking of changing it somehow into something different because star ratings don't work for me for different reasons. But yeah, anyway, let's get through them. So 5-star books, I only gave 2 books 5 stars. It's not including rereads, by the way, because I reread a couple of Harry Potter books and a couple of other ones that I've enjoyed in the past, but I'm not including those. So it's only 2 new books that I read in 2019 that I've given 5-star rating. 4.5 star books is 3 books I've given 4.5 stars. 4-star books, 14 books. 3.5 rating, 7 books got from me. 3-star, 8 books. 2.5, 6 books. 2-star, 1 book. 1.5 is 1 book. And books that I did not finish is 10. So I was DNFing books quite a lot, apparently. It works out as approximately 1 a month, which I'm quite happy with, to be honest. If I'm not enjoying a book, I'm not gonna ever force myself again to finish the book. Then genres read: YA fantasy 13, middle grade or children's books 8, adult fantasy 2, historical fiction 5, romance or chick lit, whatever you want to call them, 3, detective novels 3, paranormal scary-ish 3, non-fiction 3, and contemporary adult 2 books. So yeah, that is my 2019 in review. I don't really have a lot to say anymore about that, so let's go straight into my 2020 goals, which I've wrote in this little diary. I'm using this as like kind of a book diary, and that one is the books that I have read, so I'm keep track of it from 2014. It was quite handy. So yeah, let's go through goals for 2020. So my number 1 goal is to try and get rid of most of YA books from my subscription boxes. Like I think I mentioned before, I kind of grown out of YA. I don't enjoy it anymore as much. I have still plenty left from like subscription boxes and maybe a couple that I bought myself, but in the new year I'm not gonna try and buy more YA books because I'm not enjoying them. So what's the point? And the idea of like getting rid of YA books for me is, first of all, obviously to read them. There are a couple that I'm really actually interested in, so I'm going to read those and hopefully not DNF them. But other ones, if I do start reading a YA book that is on my shelf, and if I'm not enjoying it, I'm going to DNF it with no regrets or anything. So I'm not wasting my time on something I'm not enjoying, because it just doesn't work, does it? So yeah, and I'm planning not to buy any more YA books. It's weird because I do love middle grade books. Like, I've got no problem with middle grade at all. So it's adult or middle grade that I'm interested in, but not YA fantasy or any YA book for that matter, really. My goal number 2 is going to be a tricky one, but I think I'm going to try and do it. And that is to try and read a book a week. And I think I really need to get into a habit of reading books as much as I used to, because when I was reading that many books in previous years, I was a lot happier. And this year I wasn't really reading a lot of books. And I think that might have caused my problem, like, what am I doing with my life? It's a little bit deep and depressing, but yeah, kind of, what am I doing with my life? And I think if I just keep reading many books, I kind of won't be thinking about that, and it could be my purpose in life, I suppose, at least for 2020, because I don't expect there will be any huge changes in my life in 2020. So I could just focus on reading, have a calm, nice year in which I'm happy with what I'm doing, which wouldn't be a lot reading, but yeah. So that is one of the goals. I'll try my best to do it. Goal number 3 is to try and discover different books that I might enjoy. And what I mean by that is that most of the time I just stick with like new releases, or just the books that have come out this year or like recently, and there are English books mostly on Waterstone's website or just in the shop itself. So I need to try and research more books that could be potentially a lot older, like a few decades ago or a few years ago, just the books that I've not heard of. I need to try and research more of that, because I think I'll be more interested in those somehow. And just to like expand my reading in general, I am going to try and read mostly books from my TBR, obviously, but when it comes to me buying new books, I'm going to try and maybe even use like charity shops, because there could be different books in there, older books, or use my library a little bit more. Maybe go to a different town's library, because my town is quite small. And yeah, just do stuff like that. Maybe research a little bit more on the internet, watch different videos of different people. That's another thing I need to do, actually, is to discover more booktubers, because I'm just stuck with the same ones that I love, and I just watch their videos, sometimes even repeating, like on repeat a few times. I watch the same video by the same person. So I need to discover more people that I would enjoy watching. I think that would be quite good. And also, hopefully, that will help me discover more new books that I would be interested in. It could be anything. It could be sci-fi. I think I need to try and find some good sci-fi books as well. Maybe some adult fantasy books. Maybe some older middle grade. Maybe, I don't know, literary fiction that I don't really read a lot of. Historical fiction. All of those genres. I need to try and research more, so that they're not really popular books. They're not the books that people talk about a lot, because I think that's what I'm interested in somehow. I've not read a lot, but I think I need to expand my reading into those areas as well. And then my goal number 4 is to read books that I'm really interested in. So again, not going to try and push myself to read a book that I'm not interested in. Let's say if it's a YA subscription box like Fairyloot. If I'm not enjoying that one, I could just DNF it with no regrets. Even if I've spent my money on it, if I'm not enjoying it, it's just going to put me in a reading slump, or I'm just going to waste my time, and what's the point? So I'd rather, again, research a little bit more the books that I might enjoy a lot more, and that kind of thing. So yeah, those are my reading goals. I do have a couple of like personal goals. I could mention a couple of them to you. First one is to try and eat 5 a day, like 5 portions of fruit and vegetable. I'm really bad at eating fruit, so I need to try and be healthier this year and drink a lot more water, because I'm really bad at this as well. Another goal is to try and listen to different music, because again, like with booktubers, I'm stuck with the same music. I don't really try and discover new artists, new albums or anything. I need to try and do a lot more of that. I do like different kinds of music, so there's so many varieties, and I am paying for Spotify Premium again, which just should help me discover more music. And so yeah, that's my goal, to try and find a lot more different new songs that I would love, a lot more new artists, new albums, maybe genres, kinds of music that I've never really listened to before but will enjoy it this year. So that is kind of my goal. Another one of my goals is to learn piano properly. This should be the year that I will be learning piano properly. I don't mean with a teacher. I still mean doing it by myself, but find some videos, good videos, which will help me do that. Then I've got a book as well, which with theory, so that could hopefully help me a lot, because I have been learning it, but it's so slow and I need some kind of guidance. So I think I need to try and find some good videos for that and try and learn it properly, so that I'm much better at playing piano in 2020. And another more of a personal goal is to try and be calm and confident in my life. So whatever I have, try not to think of other things, just be content with what I've got, be more grateful for what I've got. That's quite a deep one, but like I said, I've been struggling with that for the past year. So now I think I'm back to normal, or very close to being back to normal. So hopefully 2020 will be the year that I'll be again happy with being more of an introvert, don't have a huge social life, don't have a lot of different events happening in my life. Just try and be content with that. Just be happy with who I am, with what I do. And so I don't know about other years, if there will be huge changes in other years, but in 2020 I don't expect anything huge to happen. You never know, life happens, but at least I'm not planning anything. I know for a fact that probably nothing is really going to happen. No huge changes, I hope, at least. I mean, there could be good changes, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, those are my goals for 2020. I might have missed a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, but I'm sure I might just mention them in my vlogs or something. I'm definitely gonna try and upload a little bit more in 2020 again, because I realise I do enjoy BookTube. I'm not really good at watching other people's videos. I'm not good at like watching a huge amount of people's videos and commenting on them. Like, I do watch BookTube, but I just don't comment, and I need to come back to that as well, because it is a community, and if I'm a part of it, I need to try and actually reach out to people as well, because it's fun. I don't know why I've not been doing that, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you've got any interesting personal goals, if you're happy to share those with me, or any reading goals. So yeah, and also I think I forgot to mention, I'm not even setting anything like specific amount of books that I'm going to be reading, because it's just pointless, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be using Goodreads. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.